What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And you all may remember this. It's the gold 4Runner. It's like a 94, 95 model. It's got the 3-liter in it. It is a, look and see what year it is, 95. The gold one is a 95. We have a red one that's a 94. I get those two mixed up, so you have to excuse me on that. But I want to see something pretty cool. See that right there? Somebody tried to solder that EGR nut back onto the EGR valve, and it didn't go so well. I noticed that, and now we're gonna have to change it. We had to get a new tube. We ordered one off of eBay. Let me show it to you. I'm filming this on my phone. I forgot my camera at home today. But here's the new tube. Looks to be in really good shape. Somebody took care of this thing. Nuts in good shape. But we did buy a brand new EGR valve from O'Reilly's. Not a sponsor, but that's who we got it from. You can see this is the new one, which looks pretty good. I can kind of show you what it looks like in the box with the part number. 45-00642. Cannot remember how much that was, but it's just who we got it from. And to do this, I want to take the temp sensor out on this, and just for an FYI, these temp sensors are like $200. They're expensive, so do not mess that up. But we're going to take this out, and while I'm at it, I'm probably going to pull the tube out of the intake, and it's missing a nut anyway. Yep, so have to replace a nut on that, but we're going to probably take that tube out anyway, and we're going to clean that tube off because they get gummed up pretty bad. They get stuff all in the EGR, and it can actually start throwing codes and all that stuff. And a lot of people might think it's a temp sensor, but a lot of times you just need to clean out your EGR. So we're going to pull that out. Normally you have two nuts, but you can see right there one of them's missing, and then there's one right there. Now that tube is probably 8 inches long, 6 inches long, somewhere around there, and it runs through this whole center of this intake. It goes in right here, and it probably goes to about the 0 on that. So it goes up in there a long ways, and then if you follow that tube down, it bolts on right down there. I don't know, it's a little bright. You can see there's a bolt on the top, and then there's another one right on the bottom. We do have new gaskets. Here's our gaskets right there. I'll get your part numbers for those. I know those are Felpro, but we're gonna have to take a lot of this stuff off. So let me grab some tools, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I broke each nut loose. Went ahead and took this one back here all the way off just because it was only one. Then I pulled this vacuum line off, and then there's one all the way on the back side too. It's this long tube, you can see it right there. There's a vacuum line on that, and then I broke this big jam nut right here off. This bracket's in the way, it's kind of bent down. Whenever we get it off, I'll bend it back up some just to get it out of the way. But we broke that loose before we took all these bolts off, and I even broke that loose. And what we're gonna do, just pull that off, and once you break them loose, these thread out pretty easy. These typically don't rust in there, which I'm kind of surprised that they don't. That one's still got a little bit of torque on it. Okay. I'm taking too long to get this nut off, and y'all wanting a quick video on how to do this, not a hour-long video. Now there's one that's up inside of here. It's like right below where the temp sensor went. That was loud. Normally, if it's broken or if it just ain't working, you would have a another nut right there. That one is that we have is broke. We'd have another one right there that you have to take off, but luckily this one is broken. Well, not really luckily, but sadly this one is broken, I should say. Now you can kind of see that nut a little bit better. Like I said, I just broke it loose just to get it. Okay, got the nut off. I should be able to pull this off here. Ow. But there it is. Right here you can kind of see where they tried to solder it on. You really see it now. Trying to get y'all a better view of it. Horrible. Now, I'm going to show y'all exactly about how long this thing really is. You can pull some of your vacuum lines. Normally it would come through, but this one doesn't want to. There we go. See what I mean? It's about 6 inches long. Yeah, it goes to about the V6 part of the throttle body of the intake. But yeah, see how dirty it is? We're gonna clean this up. Take a little bit of sandpaper, Scotch-Brite, clean her up, clean her off with some brake cleaner, and make it look a whole lot nicer. Just gonna set it down for the time being. Now, down inside of here, you can see it a little bit better. We're going to take both of those off, and everything's 12 millimeters. I'm going to spray some penetrating oil down in there just to help alleviate the rust. So, let me get this off, and then I'll show you what it looks like. We got it unbolted, and now I'm just going to slide it off. And there we go. Now you can get a better view of what it looked like. I mean, there's no way it could have been getting great flow with that. Looks like crap too. This is what it's supposed to look like. So now I'm going to, there's a gasket down here. Kind of see it right there next to that little bracket. There we go. But it should be in the kit that I got right there, so we'll change that. I'm going to, like I said, clean this up real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. But this is the before, and when y'all come back, y'all see the after. There we are. It's not perfect, but 100% better, I think, than what it was. I couldn't get a lot of that off. I scrubbed it as much as I could, cleaned inside of it with some brake cleaner, ran a little brush through it, but we got her way better than she was. Now I'm going to stick this back in. I do have to find another nut that goes onto it because the one on this side was missing, and it just threads into right there. Just like that. So let me get the gasket, put it on, and I'm going to go ahead and get this started back up inside of it. We got the tube in, and for anybody wondering what I used to get down in there and get to the bottom one, I'm trying to show you all a little bit better. To get down there and get to the bottom one, just a standard shallow socket. And I used a swivel-headed ratchet right here. That way that it can move as I'm tightening it up. Nothing special, no special tool. or anything. It's just standard swivel head ratchet and standard short socket. Like I said, nothing like, you know, nobody can't get. Okay, now we're gonna get this, feed that back part through there, and go ahead and attach it to the vacuum line. Let me set y'all down while I push it on there. Okay, got that line on and pushed it back, and leave both of these loose so you can get to it. And even on the bottom one, you should be able to flex this bottom one around a little bit just to get it to line up. And kind of thread it on there. Just get it started. Just want to make sure it ain't cross threading. Oh yeah. This bracket right here actually goes around and attaches to that. So let me put that on real quick. I'm gonna have to pull it back off. I forgot all about that. Don't forget that. That's what holds your cable right here. Got that nut tight. Got all the mounting bolts tight. Only thing that I got left to do is to put this right here on, that big nut on the bottom. And I had to use a pry bar, and I had to pry it down just a little bit, get it to seat in place, but it popped right in, and there's like a little seat for it to sit in. And once you get that in there, you should be able to lift up on it, and it should pretty much thread in place. All right, we got it started, and now I'm just going to pretty much tighten it up, and then we'll throw the temp sensor back in, and we will fire it up and make sure that there's no exhaust leaks or any of that good stuff. We got it on, got it in, and now all we have to do is just fire up, make sure there's no exhaust leaks. Oh, that's the old gasket from the tube that we cleaned up. My finger wouldn't slip out of it. This has 215,000 miles on it. No exhaust leaks that I hear. Don't hear any exhaust leaks. It was pretty prominent that you could hear that before, but now you don't hear anything. And there was a check engine light on because it was leaking as well, and there's no check engine light on now. But you can pretty much get this job done with a 12 socket, a 14 wrench, and then a crescent wrench that's big enough to go up to about a 24 or 27. I can't remember exactly what size it is, but it's about an inch size on that right there. But that is pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. Also, my giveaway is still going on. If y'all want to, go check that out. I'll put a link in the description. Comment on the video. Y'all possibly win something. I'm giving away shirts, hats, and stickers. And then also, thank y'all for all the support on everything. On the Instagram, on YouTube, all that good stuff. And y'all remember, short and tight. Y'all have a great day.